Magnesium is integral for 600 plus biochemical processes in the human body, and yet most people are deficient. Common signs of magnesium deficiency include fatigue, muscle weakness, stunted growth, poor immune function, poor concentration and memory, hormonal imbalances, bone and teeth problems. Most people think grabbing a bottle of whatever cheap stuff on the shelf or at the top of Amazon will solve this. The common misconception is that consuming more magnesium will automatically improve health and well-being. The truth is there are various forms of magnesium, each of which is essential for a variety of physiological processes. Most people are deficient in all forms of magnesium, while even those considered healthy typically only ingest one or two kinds. Consuming all 7 of magnesium's primary forms is the key to accessing all of its health benefits. That's why we pack 7 forms of 450 milligrams of elemental magnesium into each serving of Wild Mag Complex. 1 dose a day is all you need. Learn more and grab a bottle today at wildfoods.co. Use code GENIUS for 10% off your order. Before we get started, I have a quick favor. I've been self-funding the Finding Genius podcast for 5 years now. I've done over 3,000 episodes. And as you can see on YouTube, we're up over 1 million views on the channel, which is fantastic. The next thing I really want to push on is to get up to 10,000 subscribers, because once we do, we'll be able to put a donate button and we'll be able to solicit donations to help keep the podcast running and to also get the Finding Genius Foundation moving along. We have a big project studying anxiety, depression, and PTSD and working on a product to help people overcome these problems, because I've seen them explode recently after the last 2 years of the whole virus situation. So if you would, please subscribe to the podcast. That would help us tremendously. Give us a thumbs up and check in the description for Buy Me a Coffee. It's about $5. If you could buy me a coffee, I'd really appreciate it. It would help keep the channel going, and I love coffee. Thank you.
Forget frequently asked questions,
common sense, common knowledge, or Google.
How about advice from a real genius? 95% of people in any profession are good enough to be qualified and licensed. 5%
go above and beyond.
They become very good at what they do, but only
0.1%
are real geniuses. Richard Jacobs has made it his life's mission to find them for you. He hunts down and interviews geniuses in every field: sleep science, cancer, stem cells, ketogenic diets, and more. Here come the geniuses. This is the Finding Genius Podcast
with Richard Jacobs.
Hello, this is Richard Jacobs with the Finding Genius Podcast, now part of the Finding Genius Foundation. I have Kelley Thornton. He's the CEO of Tiege Hanley, and we're going to talk about how to scale and create a fantastic retail experience. The website is tiege.com. It's spelled TIEGE.com. So, Kelley, welcome, and thanks for coming.
Thanks, Richard. Appreciate talking to you today.
Yeah, as part of the story of how Tiege Hanley came to be, what's your backstory? And then I want to ask you about the company itself.
I'm a bit of a serial entrepreneur. I spent 19 years in corporate and started a company before that, which helped me get through college. And then after that, which was a global advertising shopper marketing agency. And then that led to this company, Tiege Hanley, an uncomplicated skincare company for men.
So did you found it, or did you come in as CEO after it was already founded?
I founded the company in 2015.
Okay. And what's the premise of Tiege Hanley? What's the goal of the company?
Well, there's the concept of a guy, taking care of himself is, something that's culturally is, there's been significant changes over the last 10, 15 years. Skincare is an important thing. It's an important part of a healthy routine. Same type of thing as brushing your teeth or washing your face. And we just play a simple part in men's health by teaching them how important it is to take care of their skin, particularly their face, to prevent against melanomas and to look and feel better.
I don't know what percentage of men do any skincare versus, I'm sure there's a lot of guys like me. Like, I just use the bar of soap for my hair and my body and everything. And my daughters are horrified. Dad, how could you do that? You need to use this and that. And, what percentage of men are even aware of or into the skincare versus not?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think there's probably, in the neighborhood of 30 million men out there that are engaged in the category in the US. And there's probably more men that have like some exposure to like proper face care, skincare, hygiene that don't really realize it. They're like you just described, they're influenced by their significant others or daughters to do something like your skin looks pale, or it looks like it's red, or your skin looks very dry, or I've got this all these different things. And you may be, using your significant other's moisturizer, or you may be using your girlfriend's scrub, apricot scrub that's in her shower. So, there are people, and certainly you could have been at some point exposed to acne, even as an adult, but certainly as a younger man, and have been, did something to try to improve the look of your skin when you were fighting acne. So there's a lot of different exposures. I mean, I can even argue probably pretty convincingly that even shaving is a first step in taking care of your facial skin.
Yeah, I got a funny story, I guess. I hope it's funny. When I was 15, I shaved for the first time, but I used whipped cream just to be stupid. That did not go well at all. That made
no.
But I tried.
Yeah,
it cut me up, and it was not good.
Yeah, so the guy's original education around skincare is going to whatever, a prom for the first time, or going to a wedding or something like that, and their mom telling them to go upstairs and shave, and their dad basically giving them zero instructions. So just like you described, that's a pretty common theme amongst a lot of guys. And we just don't get the type of instruction we should get about why it's important to take care of your skin.
So for a guy, what is the first level of care, and then what's a more advanced level of care? What are some examples?
Well, I think, I think it's our whole philosophy is uncomplicated skincare for men. I mean, it's just as simple as using a super high quality face wash, and then using, which would mean using anything else other than a bar soap, or the pump of soap that's next to your sink on your face, and then moisturizing, and doing that on a regular basis. So in the morning, you brush your teeth, you wash your face, either in the shower or out of the shower, and you put a moisturizer on. And then you do something similar at night. You get ready for bed. If you're like me, you're extremely tired, you may forget, but try your best to remember to, brush your teeth and wash your face, and again, put a moisturizer on. So that's kind of step one in the whole process. Beyond that,
it probably sounds silly, but some people put moisturizers on and then put moisturizers on at night as well before they go to sleep.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question. So, and that's kind of a hard thing, for some guys to come to grips with, but there's a significant difference. In the morning, when you wash your face, after you wash your face, pat it dry with a towel, you're putting a moisturizer that is a different type of moisturizer than a nighttime moisturizer. You're putting a moisturizer on. It's going to hydrate your skin, prepare your skin for the day. It may have a UVA, UVB blocker. Our daytime moisturizer, which we call AM to make it simple for guys, has an SPF in it. So it has, it's not beach quality protection. It's a type of protection, SPF protection, that helps you get from, point A to point B, commuting to work, sitting outside for a few minutes and having lunch, and just general day-to-day, blockage of harmful rays. So at night, it's a totally different animal. By the way, the day cream tends to be very, very light. You can't feel it on your face. It's not a greasy feeling. It doesn't leave your face shiny. So that's a really differentiating factor for a daytime moisturizer. A nighttime moisturizer is going to be slightly thicker, and it's going to have different, it's not only moisturizing, but it's going to have our nighttime moisturizer, which we call PM, is going to have like some collagen in it, some vitamin A, vitamin C, willow bark extract, and some things that are actually going to replenish your skin as you sleep overnight.
So how important is the daytime routine versus the night? Are they equally important, or you're just going to dip your toe in, just do the day routine, or what's the recommendation?
Yeah, I mean, look, my suggestion is just someone will see significant improvements in their skin, no matter what their age is, if they just start washing their face in the morning and using a daytime moisturizer. It'll significantly reduce the risk of getting skin melanoma on their nose, on their ears, on their forehead, if they're using, a great moisturizer with SPF. So I couldn't recommend it more. Of course, I'd like to recommend our product, Tiege Hanley, but if whoever you're using, use a high quality moisturizer, and use a moisturizer that has an SPF protection in it. So
Okay.
I that would be my choice. If I could tell you to do one, make sure you do it in the morning, put SPF.
If someone wants to really, go whole hog and do an extended routine, what would that look like?
Well, there's, an advanced routine. And by the way, our basic routine is just that. So we have an essential routine, an advanced routine, an anti-aging routine, and that is pretty much our uncomplicated lineup. An advanced routine starts to incorporate anti-aging products. So I did leave out in our essential routine, in our regular routine, we also do recommend doing an exfoliant scrub twice a week. I call them scrub days. So they're Wednesdays and Sundays for me. And it's a lightly exfoliating scrub. And I actually do it in the shower on those days. And an advance would include like an eye cream, and, an anti-aging would get you into serums, a serum, a face mask, potentially once a week, and those type of things. So that looks like wash your face in the morning, you put an eye cream on, and then you put your moisturizer on. So, and then at night you would wash your face and put a moisturizer on. Wednesdays and Sundays you do scrub and you're in the shower. So that's not a lot more. It's probably takes you from 2 minutes to 3 minutes a day, but it has, for anybody that's over 30, certainly in your 40s and above, an eye cream and a serum would have massive impact on your skin health.
Why do you need an eye cream separately? Is the skin there so different that the regular face cream is no good for it?
Yeah, again, good question. It's the same scenario as I was describing between our day cream and our night cream. First off, we put there's different ingredients in an eye cream, but then the thickness of the eye cream, it's a totally different formula that absorbs over time into your eyes. And it does things like help remove fine line and wrinkles around the edges of your eyes. And it helps correct for dark baggy eyes, bags underneath your eyes, which unfortunately is common amongst us men once we get north of 40.
Magnesium is integral for 600 plus biochemical processes in the human body, and yet most people are deficient. Common signs of magnesium deficiency include fatigue, muscle weakness, stunted growth, poor immune function, poor concentration and memory, hormonal imbalances, bone and teeth problems. Most people think grabbing a bottle of whatever cheap stuff on the shelf or at the top of Amazon will solve this. The common misconception is that consuming more magnesium will automatically improve health and well-being. The truth is there are various forms of magnesium, each of which is essential for a variety of physiological processes. Most people are deficient in all forms of magnesium, while even those considered healthy typically only ingest 1 or 2 kinds. Consuming all 7 of magnesium's primary forms is the key to accessing all of its health benefits. That's why we pack 7 forms of 450 milligrams of elemental magnesium into each serving of Wild Mag Complex. 1 dose a day is all you need. Learn more and grab a bottle today at wildfoods.co. Use code GENIUS for 10% off your order.
Yeah, I've had that before too. Like raccoon eyes sometimes almost too.
Yeah, exactly.
We haven't talked about the experience part of it. I know that was part of your bio. So what kinds of things are you guys doing differently that gives a good experience to customers?
Customers is king. So I should tell you, Richard, we are a subscription business. The majority of our business is subscription. We do sell a lot of our products one-time purchase, but most of our guys just want to kind of set it and forget it. So we're called as what I like to call us as a modern day subscription company. So that means that we will cancel at any time if you don't like doing business, if you don't like our products, or if you have too much product, or there's some concern in your life that makes you want to not take care of your skin. We will help you get the cadence of when we're sending you product correctly. We'll actually customize what's inside of your box. So if you like our face wash and our moisturizer, but you like Kiehl's nighttime moisturizer, we'll kind of just customize a box to just give you the product that you like of ours. So there's a lot of things that we'll do to help guys be successful in their journey. In addition to that, we'll provide a lot of education around how to use the products, how much to use when, and what the benefits of each one are.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, do you have helpful videos that people can watch on how to put the products on?
Tremendous.
Especially for someone new, they may glob on 10 times the amount or not do it properly. And be like, well, this stuff's all over me. I don't want to do this again if they don't get help.
Yeah. I mean, so every single box we ship out has an instruction card in it. It shows you the exact size amount of product you use. And it tells you exactly when to use it and in what order of product to use it. And, but on our YouTube channel, we have about, I'm guessing because I haven't looked in a long time, 55,000 followers on YouTube. And we have tremendous content library there that talks about everything from, pimples under your nose to how to remove crow's feet on your eyes to what's collagen do for your skin and, hexaptide 8 and all these other scientific terms.
Once someone's done applying like a cream to their skin, I just picture a lot of guys being like, all right, I'm going to wipe the rest of it on my pants. Or I know it sounds silly. Like I don't ever see a woman putting cream on herself and then be like wiping the remnants of it on something. The guys seem to do that. So maybe it's getting into like minutia, but do you also show them what to do after they put on a cream and there's a tiny bit of extra on their hands? Don't just wipe it on anything, but do this or that.
I love the question. I mean, it's really not like that. There's, like once the product is on your face, there's no residual feeling. So your face doesn't feel, slimy or, it doesn't feel shiny. So there's no residual feeling. There's very little residual feeling on your hand. So for instance, after I apply my facial moisturizer, wash my face, put my facial moisturizer on, I actually wipe the back of my hands off with my hand, or if I have excess or on my, around my wrists, which might be exposed to sun during the day. And that's really what I do. It's just, and there is almost no excess. Our product dries quickly and dries down flat. So obviously we make other products as well, like below the belt powder and, deodorants and stuff like that, face mask. It's, obviously after you use those, or maybe even after our nighttime moisturizer, wash your hands. I think it's a good habit, no matter what.
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense. Some of the products, that I've tried, if they're slimy, it's like, well, I don't want to use them ever again, or you can't get them off of you,
Yeah.
And one time I did a photo shoot and they put on foundation and some other stuff on me, and like 4 days I was getting little bits of it out from behind my ear, and it was just horrible.
Yeah. Yeah. Nothing like you just described is what goes on over here. It's just not like that. All of our stuff is just really, it's perfect to layer on top of each other. Takes almost no time. It leaves almost no residual. And, it's not messy at all. So it's everything that guys want and nothing they don't.
Oh, good. Now you know why my wife calls me fussy sometimes, because I'm like, I don't want to touch that or get on me, So I guess if I'm finicky and this stuff would work for me and not be slimy or residual, then that's great. It'll work for many people. So.
Exactly.
So what do most of the customers buy online, or do you have standalone shops, like physical brick and mortar shops? Like what is a typical path that customers take when they work with you?
Yeah, it's amazing, but we are 100% online, either at Tiege.com or Amazon. And our customers, the majority of our customers purchase from Tiege.com, although we have a very, very healthy Amazon business. And there's this big question about bricks and mortar. I think at some point we will be available in retail, but it's probably not, we're not going to be at Walmart, and, we're probably not going to be, we're not a grocery store brand. So our path to bricks and mortar is probably going to be a little bit different. I've been working on, kind of what that looks like. And, I've got some plans for 2024 and beyond for us to be in retail, but it's kind of yet to be fully fleshed out.
Any lessons to be learned from Guthrie Ranker? I think Proactive that they did was huge, and they were everywhere. I saw them in malls and machines where you could get, skin products from the vending machine and TV and all these places. I don't know if there's any lessons from them of what not to do. You've learned.
They were really successful, but they were, quite a bit. I would say there's an MLM, aspect to their business, and that's not kind of, and I think some of that is kind of the anti-Tiege, approach of what I was describing earlier with a modern day subscription. Like we're not like trying to strong arm anybody into starting a skincare routine. And we're certainly not strong arming them into staying, do business with us if they don't want to. So I think like the important thing, Richard, is like guys need to want to do this, and they want to be engaged with a category. Most guys that come in see immediate results. And so, That's what we want. We want guys to try our product and see results and stick with us, and kind of a bit of a strong arm multi-level marketing kind of strategy is not really our ethos.
That's a good differentiator. You're right. There's been a number of skincare product lines. I don't remember the names, but yeah, they were MLM type products. And I could see people be like, nah, I don't want to go near that if it was like that. So it's good you guys are not. It's excellent. I was going to ask you, so like my skin tone is olive, I guess people tell me, and some people have like a reddish undertone.
Yeah.
Do you recommend different products for different types of skin? You know, people that have darker skin, lighter skin, dry skin, this kind of skin?
Yeah, that's a good question. Our products are slightly oily to normal skin focused. We actually don't have multiple SKUs within our moisturizers, our washes, meaning we don't have, for sensitive skin, for dry skin, for oily skin. Our products are really good for skin types. So, and I think like most men actually, regardless of, if you have olive skin, if you're, a Mediterranean, my wife's from Portugal, or me, I'm from Ireland, so my skin is very fair. I think like the impact of the type of products that we've been discussing are very beneficial to anybody who has either of those skin types. If you have more oily skin, then there are probably, you may think about using a face scrub 3 times a week versus 2 times a week. You're producing a lot more sebum. And, it's important to exfoliate, a little bit more. So one extra step. If you have like bumps and blemishes on your skin, and this may sound crazy, but there's millions of guys out there using a face mask of some sort. It is our most popular non-system product is our face mask. It's really, really good to detoxify your skin, once or twice a month. So, it depends on the type of product you want to use. It depends on kind of how your skin and also where you live. Certain people are in a more polluted environment or a hotter environment have different reactions to, their skin reacts differently.
Yeah, well, it makes sense. Is there like a medical grade line? What if someone has a condition like eczema? Is there a product that you have that also contains, components that would be, let's say, over the counter, but would also help someone heal their skin in addition to moisturizing it?
Yeah, some of those, we do have several FDA, like our moisturizer is an FDA approved item. Our acne line is an FDA approved, and they're kind of specialty skincare products. But if you have something like eczema or the type of acne that can't be treated with like OTC products, you really need to go to your dermatologist. And, so they can prescribe things for those type of rosacea, things of that nature, eczema that we really can't address here at Tiege Hanley.
Okay. Yeah, I understand. It makes sense. So what's new on the product list that's coming maybe in the next year or two, if you're able to say? I don't know. I'm sure you're always working on something.
We are. Our product development roadmap is always 3 years out. The last 3 years, looking back, we did a lot of face care, but men's grooming products such as bar soaps, and which we have 3 different ones. We have a very moisturizing one, we have an everyday one, and we have a exfoliating body soap, bar soap, and we have several different body washes, which are very, very, very nice, both cleansing and hydrating, good for the environment, good for your skin, phosphate-free and sulfates-free. And then we have some lip balms and some overall, body moisturizer and a couple deodorants and some below-the-belt powder. So those are all men's grooming products. Going forward over the next 3 years, we'll be re-emphasizing our skincare, face care lineup. So we'll be working on updating all of our formulas, which are 6 years old, because we want to make sure that we have the latest ingredients and technology delivery systems in our product. We'll be looking for we're looking into and launching later this year a very sophisticated anti-aging product. And actually it does 3 things, and it will be a retinol based product. And most women are really, hearing today, or most people that are paying attention to skincare, but certainly being marketed to as women, are hearing about retinol products. We're making the first kind of male only focused retinol product that I'm aware of on the market that'll be coming out later this year. And retinol is phenomenal. It's both for elasticity, discoloration, fine lines, wrinkles, firming. It's just a really amazing advanced product. And then in 2024, we'll do stuff that's slightly more cosmetic, not fully cosmetic, but slightly more cosmetic in 2024. So very exciting. And all new acne in 2024 as well.
Okay. And I guess last question, what is the future of the skincare industry as you see it? What do you see some of the players doing, or where are things going?
It's massive. I was just listening this morning to the global CEO of L'Oreal, and, they were talking about, first off, men's grooming and men's skincare is huge upside potential. More and more men are taking a proactive approach and taking care of their health. And that means what they eat and how they exercise, but certainly, skin health is an important thing. And it's, socially, it is something that's acceptable by most broadly. Americans, unfortunately, Richard, we've been kind of last to figure that out. And the rest of the world's kind of already men have gotten on the skincare journey. So I think the uptick is still overwhelmingly positive for men to be concerned about how they look and feel. And we're part of that solution.
Oh, actually, one more question I've got to ask you. I think I've seen one or two. It's very rare so far, but microbiome or skin microbiome products.
Yeah.
Ones that purport to help facilitate the good bacteria that will help your skin function better.
Yes.
Are you guys going to be looking to that, or do you look at it?
We think about that all the time. So we use both organic chemicals and natural occurring ingredients in our product, and skin pH delivery and kind of the microbiome is critical. This product that I mentioned that'll come out in 2024 will be addressing some of those issues. So it is important. And it's not just that, it's pollution, it's, blue light, all these things are really affecting our skin. So we'll be addressing some of those going forward.
Excellent. And so the best place for people to get the product is go to tiege.com, Tiege, or there are other places to go.
Yeah. And by the way, I just got a note to me. We have an awesome offer. As a matter of fact, our best offer, if you do tiege.com / finding genius, there's a 30% off offer. And I'm pretty sure it's like with a free gift of a body wash or a bar soap or some other product. So it's a super good offer. And, if anybody's thinking about taking care of their skin or upgrading their skincare, check us out. We'd love to hear from you and get your feedback on our products.
Yeah, that's very generous of you. Excellent. Well, Kelley, thank you so much for coming on the podcast and describing all this. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Richard. And hope you have a good day. And here's to good skin health.
Magnesium is integral for 600 plus biochemical processes in the human body, and yet most people are deficient. Common signs of magnesium deficiency include fatigue, muscle weakness, stunted growth, poor immune function, poor concentration and memory, hormonal imbalances, bone and teeth problems. Most people think grabbing a bottle of whatever cheap stuff on the shelf or at the top of Amazon will solve this. The common misconception is that consuming more magnesium will automatically improve health and well-being. The truth is there are various forms of magnesium, each of which is essential for a variety of physiological processes. Most people are deficient in all forms of magnesium, while even those considered healthy typically only ingest one or two kinds. Consuming all 7 of magnesium's primary forms is the key to accessing all of its health benefits. That's why we pack 7 forms of 450 milligrams of elemental magnesium into each serving of Wild Mag Complex. 1 dose a day is all you need. Learn more and grab a bottle today at wildfoods.co. Use code GENIUS for 10% off your order.
If you like this podcast, please click the link in the description to subscribe and review us on iTunes.
You've been listening to the Finding Genius podcast with Richard Jacobs. If you like what you hear, be sure to review and subscribe to the Finding Genius podcast on iTunes or wherever you listen to podcasts. And want to be smarter than everybody else? Become a premium member at findinggeniuspodcast.com. This podcast is for information only. No advice of any kind is being given. Any action you take or don't take as a result of listening is your sole responsibility. Consult professionals when advice is needed.